I want to go ahead and talk about effects. There are multiple ways that we can apply effects within Premiere Pro. We're going to take a look at 2 ways that are going to make it quick and easy to apply effects to our video edit. I currently have some footage pulled up in my source monitor. To save some time, I pulled from that footage the certain clips that I want to use in my video edit. I have 3 individual clips, and yes, I could go ahead and start adding effects to each clip individually and start manipulating those parameters, but there's some things that I want identical across all 3. Let's go ahead and head up to our effect controls. I'm going to select, and as you can see, this is the panel that we're already very used to. We see our motion parameters, our opacity, and our time ramping. But what I want to take a look at is in the top left corner. I'm going to click on that drop down, and what Premiere Pro is showing me is how many times and what time code I'm using this particular file name. It also shows me with the circle which clip is selected, and that is the one that is going to have changes to it. If I select, my playhead jumps to that particular time code start, and it also shows me this is the clip that I am going to be affecting. One more time, I select. If I select the drop down, you can see that this is the particular clip that is selected, and my playhead has jumped to the beginning of that clip. Now, as I said, I wanted to add an effect to all 3 of these clips that is identical. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead to the left, and I'm going to click on Master. In this section, I am going to affect the entire clip. I am telling Premiere Pro anything with this file name is going to have these effects that I'm about to put in the master panel applied to it. Let me go ahead and show you. I'm going to head over to my effects bin, and I want to scale this down. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drag transform into my master clip panel. As you can see on our timeline, all 3 clips now have a red line underneath effects. This is Premiere Pro's way of saying anything that you're about to do, it's going to affect all 3 of these clips. Now, as I mentioned, I want to scale down. So I'm going to go ahead, make sure that my master clip is selected, and I'm going to scale to 60. I can now see the lens a little bit better, and as I move my playhead, you can see that all 3 clips are now scaled down. It is very important to be aware of what you are affecting. If we go back to our effect controls, you can see that Premiere Pro has now jumped back to individual editing. But we want to make sure that we are affecting all clips involved with this footage. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select Master again. And let's think about doing some basic color correcting. I'm going to go ahead and search. And I want to apply my basic color correcting. Let's make it that we adjust some of the blacks, some of the whites. Let's add a little bit more shadow. Let's affect some of the highlights too. And let's add a vignette. So now when we move our playhead, we can see that all 3 clips have been color corrected. Let me show you. If I click my master panel, enabled, disabled. Once again, I select my clip, I select my master panel, enabled, disabled. One more time. I'm going to select my clip, master panel, enabled, disabled. I also want to show you what's going to happen if I decide I want more from that footage. Let's head over to my source monitor, and as you can see, my footage has decreased in size. I want to set an in and out point here and here. Now when I drag onto my timeline, you see that I have a red line automatically added to that clip. If I click on that clip, let's head over to Effect Controls and Master. My effect is automatically added to my clip. I can always go ahead and add individual effects to my clips. Let's go and search for crop. I have decided I want to go ahead and crop this section on this particular clip. I'm going to click. I'm going to add crop to this particular clip. Now when I add and now move my playhead, you see only this clip has had that particular effect applied to it. Now what happens if I want to add effects to multiple clips, but they're from different footage? Let's go ahead and add a new clip. I'm going to place my in and out points and drag onto our timeline. So now I have a new clip that I want to start adding effects to. I'm going to select, let's scale this down. Let's make it about 80. I'm going to head over to my effects bin and let's search for color vignette. Now this is a third-party plugin that I'm about to use. I'm going to drag it onto my clip. And you know what? That looks pretty good. I'm going to keep that. I like that it's a fake vignette that I'm adding that looks somewhat natural. I'm going to go ahead, select this clip. I'm going to head up to Edit, Copy, and I'm going to find the clip that I want to apply these effects to. Let's select our secondary clip, head up to Edit, and select Paste Attributes. Now a dialog pops up, and it's very important that you pay attention to this dialog. What Premiere Pro is going to tell me is I'm going to take all of the selected parameters from primary clip 1 and apply it to our secondary clip. That includes all motion parameters, opacity, time ramping, and any effect that's been applied. I might not necessarily want to do that. Now remember, we already scaled down these particular clips. So I'm going to deselect motion, and I'm going to make sure that these effects are selected. And I'm going to hit OK. Now you can see that this vignette has been added, and it hasn't affected any of my other clips. I have just added this individual effect to this clip. But what happens if I selected everything? Let's go. Select our secondary clip. Go to Edit, Paste Attributes. I'm going to select Motion On and hit OK. Now you can see I have a black square around my footage. My scale has also decreased to 80%. The reason I have this is because we already applied a size parameter change within our master clip. So now we are doubling on our size decrease. I'm going to go ahead and change the scale to 100. And now you can see that I have the effect and I have the parameters. Using these methods, we have the ability to apply effects both quickly and easily across multiple clips.